And we are live here in
Hi.
Nanette as co-host, Mr. C here co-hosting together in the 5 p.m. the time honored, sometimes revisited, sometimes we're not here time slot. We're going to recap the Flashback convention. Nanette, welcome back again.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
Good stuff ahead. Okay, let's run from comments. Chai Star G, traditional Japanese. Let's go. Let me come to Junk. Junkyard
Oh,
forever changing his image, reflecting Creature of the Black Lagoon right now. Perfect because I'm wearing the Junkyard design. And Creature of the Black Lagoon eating a hot dog. Good to cross paths with Junkyard just for about 5 minutes earlier today. And Michaela.
hi,
Oh,
Michaela.
I'm on
Hi, Chai
Michaela's
Star.
first comment, and Michaela gets another comment. But let's read one, then we'll
Oh,
go to two. Good evening and happy Svengoolie night, as well as Labor Day weekend to all from Store Ghoulie. And Michaela's comment number two coming to you all from the Store Ghoulie dungeon. Who's watching the Three Stooges on Me TV? Awesome that you're multitasking, Michaela, between the Stooges and us. And, we come in so people can get a little break before the actual big broadcast. Anyway, so
hmm
let's without further ado, without further delay, because we're already many weeks after, the schedules get a little busy. Flashback convention was roughly a month ago. It was August 1, 2, and 3. And now here we are at the end of August coming around to review it.
hmm
So we were there Friday. We were there Saturday. Let me do a little bit of picture navigation here. Let me first say, wished I would have set this up earlier, but Liam MG, who is the artist in this very 45th anniversary book, he got to do the pages on the imp. So I said, Liam, do you take commissions, my guy? Do you take commissions? And I said, and I know cigars aren't really in comic books like they used to be or on TV, but can we get an old school Zalman Tombstone smoking the cigar? And then the background design was all anyway. I'm super appreciative to Liam for sending that over, for taking care of that business. But now let's get into the convention itself. We were able to cross path. Well, this is a Saturday shot, so there's plenty to say. Okay, we'll get to those in a minute. Let's talk on Friday. There's the crowded floor. We'll have pictures of the floor in a little bit. But the highlight of all Friday night was something Nanette got to see that I did not. Nanette talked to us about the keynote, the big deal, the big broadcast of Friday night itself.
the big broadcast was a ticketed event to, it is great art. Ticketed event to see Robert England get interviewed by Svengoolie. And also they had Joe Dante, Barbara Crampton. And Tuesday night closed out that particular evening with a song. And I had no idea that she could sing like that. But the Robert England thing was fantastic. He was a little late in getting up there because he was running a little long because of the photo ops. But we did get entertained by I'm never too sure how to say his last name, Mike Kurz from Midway Drive-In. The him and his wife, the hosts of and the people who started Flashback Weekend. So we got to hear from him a little bit. We got to hear from Nick DiGilio, and then Robert came on, and boy, he's got a lot of stories. And I absolutely loved that they had found some photos of him with Mark Hamill at God, I want to say it was ILM, the when they were
Industrial Lights and Magic.
right when they were starting to do doing Star Wars. And it was just really cool to see that, and him jokingly saying that how he went for an interview for Apocalypse Now, I think it was, and then ended up seeing a little bit about a character called Luke Skywalker. And he thought, oh, well, this is going to be a Native American in space. But then as he read the asides, I don't know if that's a proper term. He thought he was reading it, and he went back to his place, and Mark Hamill was, staying at his place, and said, "Oh, you may be interested in this part." And at first, Mark's like, "Nah, maybe not." And then he read it, and yeah, let me get on. Next called his agent, and then Robert said his agent might have already submitted him for the part, but he said, "I'd like to think I'm the guy that got him to go and do that." So that was really cool to hear that kind of, backstory.
This is exactly why we're here. A good number of people were able to crowd into the room, but obviously not everybody who would like to learn the stories was able. So here we are trying to recap and share out with the fan population. Let me jump comments a little bit because as is at the start of the show, Junkyard is calling clear the airwaves, clear all the airwaves. Mandarin had arrived a few minutes
Oh,
ago. Mandarin, always welcome
nice.
to have you. Looking sick. Mandarin, it's a little bit. I'll take credit under my own self, but a lot of it the camera angles and trying to do smoke and mirrors, Mandarin. All right, Michaela says, "Wow, I've seen some clips. Some of the clips, yes, and I don't have the exact name of the YouTube channel that has that. I know it ends in an 8-1, but it is referenced in Terror Dave's blog, and in a little bit we'll do some screen shares with the Terror Dave blog." Chai Star G recognizing Mandy. And wouldn't you know it, we'll also have some
Oh,
screen
yay,
shares
Christopher.
for
Hi, Chris.
Silver Screen Reflections. Chris Hamby has joined us, all fellow wonderful friends, Super Sven pals. Chris Hamby, good to have you along the ride. I'm telling you, Chris, you can't see it yet, but it is a tab up here that says Silver Screen Reflections that we will be steering people to read your very informative blog, getting the backstory on Dan Curtis and all the other stuff. But that is coming up in a few minutes. That's coming up in a bit. We're staying focused on Fanboy
Oh,
Cantina
hey.
saying yo,
Yeah.
and we're staying focused on the convention for now. So, recapping what Nanette just said and working in all the comments. So, not just Rich Coe, Svengoolie, and not just Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, but a crowd of talent, including Nick DiGilio, including Joe Dante, a packed room, a lively, a high energetic guy, Robert Englund trying to integrate himself with his people. Dave also had comments and reviews on that on the Terror Dave blog. Any other highlights from Friday that you would like to cover?
Oh gosh. The more I think about it, I'm like, oh, Friday. I did get a chance to. I don't think I uploaded it, and I don't have it handy, but I got a picture of one of the characters from the original Puppet Master. Well, I think that character is also in the older ones, and that is Blade. I think it is. I'm sorry, but he was taller than me. And after I had my picture taken with him, I joked and said, "Oh, you got a lot bigger since the original Puppet Master." And he made a comment, and I said, "Oh, you ate your Wheaties." So he's like, "Well, I mutated." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're really big now."
Wheaties as a source of mutation. I'll definitely buy it.
Hmm.
Let's go. Fanboy is saying what's happening, Sven pal. So hey, this is what it's all about: sharing good times in the
Hmm.
good community. Chai Star G is saying echo, echo, echo. All right.
Oh no, is that me?
I don't know that we have an echo, but
Oh,
if we
okay.
do, well, then hey, we're gonna. I'm not hearing any echo. I think
Oh, okay.
Chai Star is just he's just doing the Chai Star thing.
Oh, okay.
All
Oh,
right.
and I
So,
forgot. Oh, really quick show.
oh,
I was able to get a picture with, or a picture of, oh my God, I forgot his name. Charles Band, who did I believe all of the Puppet Masters. I could be wrong, but I know he was in the uh, instrumental in the first one. So that was kind of cool. And he did ask me if I was going to stay for the movie that he was going to do. Um, that evening. That was on Saturday, and I really had high hopes that I was going to do that, but boy, I was tired, so I feel bad I didn't stay.
the price of conventioning is we get a little worn out, and then as long as we have you in the one shot, can we
Mhm.
comment on your new arrival T-shirt?
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing the Joe Staten Svengoolie shirt, and I had met Joe quite a few years ago at C2E2, um, because I was having something signed by Svengoolie, because he did Dick Tracy, and Svengoolie was featured in the Dick Tracy comic, and I had Rich sign that, and he said, "Did you know Joe's here?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that." So I went and found Joe and had him sign it too. So that comic strip, I need to get it professionally framed because it's really cool to have both, Svengoolie and um, Joe Satins sign it. So when I saw that he was the artist of this month, I was like, "Oh, I got to get that shirt." So
I got to say, it was only at this most recent convention did I learn of the Dick Tracy connection, or that
oh.
Sven as a character appeared in Dick Tracy. So again, always something new to learn, always some more backdrop to dig into. So
Mhm.
here we go. Let's do a comment from Chai Star, and then we'll jump into coverage of Saturday. I had another window open for the live stream.
Oh. Oh, okay.
There we go. All right, so this shot I have behind me here is typically we would load the pictures and put them up in the front, but I'm trying to, toy around with different formatting here. So now we're going directly from phone to the TV. So this is the signature line on Saturday to get this autograph, to get to make a couple little minutes of banter with Svengoolie up at the table. So this is where we were hanging out, and just again for those people that weren't at the convention, for those people that wanted to see what it was like to sit around for an extended time waiting in line, this
Mhm.
is this is the vibe
Standing.
for it.
Lots of
And
standing.
then here is the arrival of Sven coming up to the front of the line. There's Jim Roach, will feature right there. There's Dave coming through. Uh, and there's only a couple. Oh, it's on replay already. Okay. Now here's Jim addressing the crowd, telling everybody this, that, and the other. You only get one item signed. Let's not dawdle around. I did post these videos also as YouTube shorts on this very channel. Mr. C dives in, but again, we're just getting the feel for the whole convention experience. Now, this guy was right by us in the line. This is on a jean jacket, and again, talk about. We've seen Sven Nutcrackers. We've seen many different media, many different creative uses of items converted into Svengoolie art. But as far as jean jacket art, with the image of the original, not the original, the older look on the coffin and a more contemporary look superimposed there. I didn't get this guy's name. I don't think you got his name either, but it
No,
was,
I didn't.
again, sometimes it's not fun to wait an extended time in line, but then there are cool elements of it also where you get to interact with. All right, so let's see. We got where was Flashback Con at? Oh,
Mm?
man, at the same location as was Godzilla Fest, and we had just been to, you and me had just been to Godzilla Fest G Fest. So right there in Rosemont, not in the Donald Lee Stevens Convention Center, but just like a literal block away at the Hyatt. Michaela is saying these videos make me feel like I was there. That is our goal, and that is our intent. Michaela, here's the guy's face. So
Yeah.
if this is your face and you're out here watching, please drop
Please.
in the comments. We'd like to
Yes.
have you come around and talk about how you put your shirt together. But this gives more image. He's got a little bit of Kerwin in there too. Here's me in the Sven on vacation gear coming up to the table. Same again. And again, it is we're wearing the Mr. C Dives In shirt, which is a combination of Chai Star G's design and then Junkyard's t-shirt manufactured job. So yeah, that's okay. When you had your minute up to the table, was there anything new? Was there anything highlight worthy of your specific conversation with Sven at that time?
Let's see. Actually, he signed this, and
There we go.
what made me laugh was he had accidentally put two N's, and he said, "How many times have I signed your name? I know how your name is signed or spelled." And then he started to go in there and fix it a little bit, you know. But what made me laugh even harder is the day before, I forgot on Friday, I had worn this mask for my photo op with him. And he said, "Could you see in that?" And I said, "No," which is why I pretty much ripped it off when I was done with him. But it made me laugh that I walked up to him and I'm looking through those two, pinhole things, and he's laughing. He goes, "Nanette, what are you doing?" I go, just thought it'd be funny.
And if you could hold up the figure again. So this was a
Oh,
good
sure.
specific through line because there we were previously here.
Sorry.
Let me give you the full screen for that. As we were previously at C2E2 trying to figure this out, and we were trying to read the tiny print on the foot and trying to piece it together. So this was a Dracula figure from the Figures Toy Company. Figures Toy Company is the same producer. Now there's none currently in stock, but the 8-inch Svengoolie Mego style figure is produced by Figures Toy Company. So previous to their going full all in on the Mego ways, this is about maybe this guy's a 7-inch if I remember right. And
I'll
anyway,
say
so
yes. Yeah.
somebody custom painted this back at Horribles in Berwyn, dating the artifact back in the day, and it does have some glow in the dark feature as well.
Yes, if it was dark here, but yeah, kind of. Yeah, he does glow in the dark a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, but yes, he does have kind of a glow in the dark feature. But whoever painted it did such a good job. And it also came in a box that said Svengoolie that looked like the Dracula one. That may be down in the basement somewhere with all my other stuff, but I I was like, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, I need to buy it. And then what cracks me up is I've had it for so long. And then when I finally took it to him at C2E2, and even Dave had mentioned, is that the one from Horribles? And I said, yes. And as soon as I walked up to Rich and showed it to him, he's like, is that the one from Horribles? And I go, yes.
And then if we could at some point, it's good to have a little put a pin in it or another mystery to solve at a later time. Who was the custom painter? Who designed the box? How did all that come together? I
I
love
know.
digging into this kind of.
One of these days, I think the owner of, and I'm not going to do the name of the restaurant right, Autre Monde in Berwyn, that used to be right next door to her Horribles when it was there. Dave Azara, I'm probably butchering his name, but he probably would know it. But I don't see him anymore, since Horribles is not there, and also they don't do the zombie pub crawl like they used to do there. And we would bump into him at Friendly Tap. So I don't know. He probably would know.
A pin for a future investigation. Let's
Hmm.
come to comments now. Back at C2E2, I had the same stylized, the exact same shirt, and that's exactly what Rich Sven himself said, that he
Hmm.
made some cracks about it, looking more like Magnum PI. Again, this time the line is long, so he can't always make all the banter at an extended rate with everybody, compared to, let's say, the Ed DeBevick signing, which was fewer fans showing up, giving him more time to interact with each person. Now, coming Michaela,
Oh,
dropping a wow and an exclamation point. Now, I'm hoping I can get a chance to meet Sven, to get an autograph in person as part of your birthday for your 20. Oh my gosh, and Michaela, you're
wow.
so young in the world, so much life in
I
front
was
of
going to
you,
say
Michaela.
25. I
It's
don't
a beautiful
remember being
thing.
25.
Again, I don't know what the logistics would be for Michaela to work out the travel, but we would be more than happy to be in person at any of the events with Michaela to hang out at the autograph table. Junkyard acknowledging the glow in the dark head is awesome. And Michaela, a frequent flyer in the comments again. That would be the best 25th birthday present ever. All right. A lot of stuff. Okay, so we weren't all day waiting in line, and it didn't take all day to get the autograph. So there was plenty of other stuff to see out there on the ground. So this is one of the vendors, I guess you'd say Epon 5. So he had kind of like Monsterologist, has some stickers and patches. So I did pick up some of these, just given the recent passing of Ozzy Osbourne. No surprise that there were some Black Sabbath related merchandise around. Oh boy, I should have prepped better. The name of this guy, it's in the program. It's Andres.
Yes,
It's,
Andres.
I
I'd have
think,
to
with a
look it up.
V. Anyway,
Yeah.
so before the costume contest, Andres was doing some guitar play, good, 4, 6, 8 songs in his set. So that was pretty cool to catch that. And then came but then before the actual contest, again, these are videos I have posted as shorts. It was a surprise thing that wasn't really listed in the program, but it was oh no, this is still the guitar playing. So here we go. So here's where we're at, giving a lifetime achievement award to Sven as a horror host. So I didn't know that was listed in the program or what have you. So
I don't think it was.
that
So
was a nice extra bonus.
nice surprise.
I wonder, and let's speculate, where is that award sitting right now? Is it the home of Rich Coles? Is it somewhere in the Me TV studios? Where does one keep a lifetime achievement award after one receives a lifetime achievement award?
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, here's Mr. DiGilio. I know we got a little bit of a blur. Let me jump past this one if it's not so screen translating. But here's again more. I think this is the passing of the award, actually, right here. I was just trying to, again, do short segment videos to keep things moving along. And well, then comes the costume contest. Now, again, just of course, there's the kids' costume contest first. And I think a month later, we're not wrong to say that the young lady in the Megan or McGann outfit was the winner for the kids' side. And then if we get up to the grown people side of the costume contest, there he is.
Here's
the
Warner.
belle of the ball with his curling cart. There's Warner Frankenstein. Side note, we did invite Warner to come on tonight. He had other things going on as well, talking about the busyness of schedules. But look, is that not a sincerely, genuinely happy face of a costume contest entrant?
That was cool.
Warner said to us he wasn't necessarily trying to win, but he was just, and he didn't use the term rattle the cage, but he was just trying to get on stage and see what Rich's reaction would be to his visage as a mashup Frankenstein with the Svengoolie mustache and Svengoolie chin business there. And any other highlights you have for what Warner had to tell us at the time?
I really wanted to hear what he more backstage kind of deal with all of Warner's thing. I do know that I think one of his bolts came off when he was walking off the stage, and someone said, one of your bolts came off, so he had to run back and get that. But that was really, really a cool costume. And he also got interviewed by one of the people from Flashback, not Mike or Mia, but someone else. I believe the guy who does the opening welcome, usually on Friday nights. And I did not get a chance to watch that video, but they interviewed him for the current cart that really got fleshed out even more with stuff. So that was really cool.
It was already a phenomenal work, a physical achievement in construction, as he had last year, the original draft of it. And scroll back around here on my playlist and you can see the Kerwin cart. But the additions he made onto it were top flight and great to have Warner in the community, no question. Significant major contributor as I'm talking more and losing my image to navigate here. Okay. Now, so Chester, no, we didn't go in. You have to it used to be just open, walk up to the stage and go, similar to Sven's appearance at Volo. It used to be just jump in and go, but now they're doing more pre-registering stuff. So it didn't look, oh, there's me, double image on me, but here's a costume contest participant in the Nostalgia Ferratu outfit. And I mean, it might as well have been Bill Leff. I mean, this guy did a top level.
He was amazing. He was so cool.
And was this the second place winner or something like that?
It was second or third. I remember who won first, but he was either second or third. But he was so cool. And what made me laugh was Rich said something to the effect of, "Oh, I feel like I'm at work," and then he jokingly said, as he walked off the stage, "Oh, see you in the locker room."
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Any other Saturday highlights to comment on, either from the panels, from the meetings, or from the convention floor? Were there any things that you picked up for yourself?
Oh, well, I picked up these glasses. Now, I've never seen Terrifier, but I did pick these up, and I got a pair for Sarah and Drew that eventually I will be giving them to. And I wore them in a photo with a woman that, it's a shout out to Rachel and
Rich?
her husband. They saw me last year at Nightmare on Chicago Street, and she was looking through her phone and saw a picture of me on Uncrypted, and she came up to me and said, "Is this you?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, it is. Hi, how you doing?" And later, I bumped into her later and her husband at Nightmare, and then while we were, I think it might have been Friday or a Saturday, I was walking around, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if you remember me." And I was like, "Oh my God, yeah." And it was really neat that she, was like, "I remember you." And we were commenting about Nightmare. I gotta find, she probably is going to go again. So I may see her at Nightmare on Chicago Street. But her and her husband was laughing the entire time when we were talking. So it's really neat to bump into somebody that, watches the show and said, "Is this you?" I go, "Yeah."
And we've said it before, we'll say it again. There's the baseline. Here is a television show. People can watch a television show and enjoy it just unto itself. And that being the Svengoolie show, and now the House of Svengoolie also. But then there's participating in the community, and then there's running into other people with similar interests. It's just an awesome community to participate in and to hopefully contribute to. So Rachel, that's a cool story that you got to run by Rachel. I'll say, as we referenced earlier, so Horribles is long gone. It's a historical place. For a time, it's pseudo merged with Real Arts Collectibles also in Berwyn, which there's no longer a physical store, but there's still an online store. But I say this to say, in our current era, there's 2 spots to go. And if you're in the city, the spot is the Horror House, where Moses and Vinny are there. So that's where I got it. It's a magnetic Creature of the Black Lagoon image that I got from right there. So definitely good to run into Moses and Vinny on the convention floor with their Horror House booth. There was another important credit to Nanette, right there. Credit to Nanette. If it wasn't for Nanette, I would have missed on this, but we're again no stranger to the idea that we like a mixture of tiki and horror around here. So this guy is the blacklagoonroom.com. He's a Milwaukee-based artist, and he had a variety of glasses, a variety of here we go. So credit to Nanette for pointing me in the direction to pick up this stuff. That's that's afterwards. I'm at the Cubs game, so that's a whole different minute. But as long as I have it right here, Ryan Sandberg, Chicago and Chicago Cubs institution. So as it says right there on Bernie's, gone but not forgotten, R.I.P. Rhino. But let's come back to the Sven related business. Let's convert to a screen share so we can see the Reddit, because we are contributors, members of the Reddit community. We encourage, if you're here and you don't know about Reddit, we're going to give a little highlight to Reddit, and it's just as I can navigate the screen here. So let's take a look at, okay, so I think I just got to do, nope, not this one, not this one, not this one. There we go. Let me put us even smaller there we go. Okay, so now let me switch another piece so I can actually navigate the Reddit tab. So now this is your picture from, says right there, Rich, Nick D, featuring Robert Englund, Joe Dante, Barbara Crampton. Is that how we say?
Crampton, yes.
Crampton. Okay, and there's again I think I want to go the other way. Yep, let me go this way. I'm going instead of. So here's your as you were just relating the story of your photo op with Sven. Man,
wearing
again,
my Kerwin shirt.
The Kerwin shirt, the modified Kerwin mask. Again, it's so clever that they have this flat printout of the current coffin to enhance the photos a little bit. Credit to them for including that in the photo ops. Again, there's highlighting Liam's drawing it, and let me skip ahead a little bit more here to get back to your posts. Of course, other people contributing in the community. Let's take a second to show Michaela's werewolf art. That's some good stuff. All right, so here's you at the signing table with the autographed piece figure from the Figures Toy Company, as we just mentioned. What else do we got? There's the same video we had just referenced. There, you were kind enough to include. So we're encouraging people to go check out Reddit, and there's plenty of links and plenty of good information and all that stuff. There were some videos from San Diego Comic-Con convention posted around also. So, and here's your Henry Hull, Werewolf of London.
Mm-hmm. I need to work on him more.
Here's a little Michaela. Michaela, if you're still with us, there's the Svengoolie Day parade, like the Macy's parade with giant balloons in the sky. Good stuff to Michaela there. I managed to pick that up for Dave since he's a hobgoblin kind of a guy. Again, there's the Werewolf of London business, all the other Reddit stuff. So let me go stop share. Let me flip around and get into Dave's blog. Let me navigate. Okay, let me bring it. Okay, there we are. Hello. Okay, share screen, and let's get into Terror Dave for Dave's recap, which is, let's start with this one. Okay, so yeah, I was scrolling through, and yeah, Dave has a whole bunch of, as he always does, captures a whole lot of things on the convention floor, and has a real great description of the events. Look at his eyes there. He's up to... Anyway, so good to also, please, everybody, do check out terrordaves.com for the best blog format coverage, for the best coverage of the convention that you can have. There's Dave and me palling around. Good times ahead. Let me go stop sharing, and I do have the other tabs for Dave up also. So Dave does a Friday entry and Dave does a Saturday entry, and Dave, he gets real specific into the subcategories of the events. Now, but let's, if Chris is still with us or not, Mr. Hamby, let's get the Silver Screen's reflection, because as we say, there's two top bloggers in the Svenverse. There's Terry Dave for coverage, and then there's the detailed, history-focused depth of knowledge showing Chris Hamby. So let me get a little bit of Silver Screen reflection up here, and that is right over here. Share, and then let me see how we're looking for that. Yeah, okay, yeah, and again, let me get us as small as we can be, or let me get Chris's stuff up as large as I can over here. So yeah, that's what, as Chris is saying, Dan Curtis spent several years as a successful syndication salesperson for NBC, and he's so talking about the production of tonight's movie. Dan Curtis is involved in it. Again, we're not going to give you every single word and every single comment from Chris Hamby, but we want to encourage people to check out Silver Screen Reflections. Look at that, the total view count now. Previously, he was hitting 99,000, but now we're well into 111,313 total viewers in the history of the Chris Hamby blog. It's a beautiful thing. Let me come out to stop sharing. Let me bring us back around. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, he has an encyclopedic knowledge. If you think you know everything about that movie that Sven's showing, no, you need to read Chris's blog, because there's something else that you're going to find out that you just didn't know.
Consistently
Yes.
across years, dropping knowledge. Just a few other convention shots, and then we can start to wind down. We have an affinity for rubber ducks around here, and this is from Friday night. This is just at the time that Nanette and I are walking around the convention floor. Here's this. Let me see if this one's better without the glare, but yeah.
Yeah, nice.
There you go. Proper fan with ducks. There you go. If this is you with a duck shirt out there and you're interested in coming on, other vendor stuff, we have a plush Medusa. We have some bags. Sinister Visions is one of the vendors. Again, just all this good stuff for figures, for movies. Mego figures. There's just such a silver screen. Anyway, just such a variety of good stuff out there on the convention floor.
I wish I had more money because there's just so much stuff there, and I'm like, I keep hemming and hawing, going, I got to be careful with my money. But yeah.
All right, and there's Chris. He's still here, and he's
Mhm.
just enjoying watching and highly appreciates the shout outs and praises. And as we do look forward to the future possibility of Michaela being at an event with us or on her own, we also look forward to the future possibility of Chris Hamby making it over to, as he calls it, the Chicago Berwyn-based horror host territory of Svengoolie. Anyway, be great to be in person with Chris Hamby someday. Be great to be in person with Michaela someday. And do you have any other closing comments on Flashback 2025?
I'm looking forward to 2026 and seeing what other reunions they're going to have. It's nice that on the Flashback's Facebook page that people request different, you know, vendors and guests, and it's really exciting to see when they start to reveal, you know, systematically who they've booked and all that kind of stuff. So it's great. Oh, and I did want to say I am tomorrow, hopefully, seeing a fellow Sven pal, Jamie Cortezi, in a play downtown, Refracted Light. I believe she plays the character of Penny in that. So she had asked me to wear some Sven gear so she can recognize. Well, we've met before, but I'm looking forward to seeing her, and I'm going to be wearing my Svengoolie shirt. So that'll be a lot of fun.
You got your Jamie Lee, you got your Michaela, you got your Chris Hamby, the triumvirate of the young generation of Sven fans, and it's an awesome thing. I look forward to hearing about how did was it refractions?
Refracted Light.
Refracted Light. Looking forward to hearing how did Refracted Light go. As they say, break a leg. Jamie
Yes.
Lee. So in closings out, Chai Star, thanks, pal. Couldn't have been the same without you. Next live stream, maybe it's going to be a pop-up live stream and you're not going to see it coming until it's all the way half over. Maybe we're going to let you know ahead of time. But I was getting my ducks in a row. I got my Universal Monster bag clips. I was taking pictures of them before coming here. So I think we're going to do some bag clip review. But I also want to get back together with independent horror movie reviews and get some more material together with that also. But for now, I'm going to close this. Nanette, as always, thanks so much for coming around.
Thank
Tonight's
you.
movie is originally a made-for-TV movie, Dead of Night. If you want more details on that, you can look at Svengoolie.com. You can look at Chris Hamby's silver screen reflections, closing comment from the comment section. Hamby saying, have fun, enjoy the eclectic full contact player. See, there you go. Fountain of knowledge. Encyclopedia volumes running around in between the ears of Mr. Hamby. Chicago world premiere of Refracted Light. All right. Check the Svengoolie appearance tab. There's other stuff coming around. Enjoy the movie tonight. Nanette, thanks for coming on. I'm closing us out.
Thank you for having me.
See you next time. And we are out.
Okay, bye.